Hey everyone, I'm back. I just want to let you know that I've returned to create content for this channel. So my subscribers will have noticed that I stopped making videos for this channel about a year ago, but I'd like to start making videos again. This channel is no longer Liberty and Tech. It's going to go back to being a personal channel before I created it as such. I've not been able to successfully remain interested uh, in creating content by limiting what I produce to merely either political or technological content. You know, basically politics today or consumer electronics, things of that nature. And for several months, I ended up just recording, and releasing a bunch of movie reviews, which I found interesting, but ultimately, they don't get a lot of views, and I don't often see movies the weekend that the movie comes out. And a lot of times I tend to ramble a bit in my movie reviews, so they're not as crisp and concise and laid out like a lot of the professional, movie reviewer channels out there. So I'm probably not going to be doing movie reviews in the future. Another reason I stopped making videos was, I didn't like YouTube cracking down on content that I made because I tended to comment on political matters or drama, things that were going on, things that annoyed me, things of that nature. And for me to keep creating videos, I need to make content that's important to me that I can share with others. And while it may have political content, such as videos on conservatism, libertarianism, or other things, I also want to create content on anything that interests me personally. And I'm not just interested in politics, like what do the Republicans or the Democrats or whatever do, or, liberals versus conservatives or things of that nature. Or just, hey, here's tablet number 27 this year. This is what it does. I don't want to limit myself to just that. And I found it very hard to create those videos. So those are the kind of things that affected my ability, to make videos because my interest wasn't there. A lot of politics right now is very poisonous. And I don't want to feel like I'm trapped in that world because honestly, I'm not. Outside of a little bit that I post on social media, I really don't spend a lot of time dealing with politics other than, say, watching television, the news on CNN and Fox News to kind of get the different perspectives on what's going on, things of that nature. But I don't want to just live like that the rest of my life. That's not what I've done historically, and that's not something I want to carve out that niche and just stick with it. Another thing I want to bring up is that I need to do maintenance on this channel. I've needed to do it for some time, since there are a number of videos from a few years to several years ago that don't really reflect my priorities now, particularly as a personal channel. So I'm going to be deleting any videos that are like dramatic, like this person versus that person, or stupid stuff like that, because honestly, I was bored years ago on that, and quite frankly, there's no reason for that stuff to remain up on my channel. So, and I don't really reflect that is what I'm driving towards here. So, one thing I want to mention is you wouldn't know it from the content that I've produced here, but a hobby that I've been doing for the last couple of years is disc golf. So I'm going to be adding some disc golf related videos to the channel, from either me maybe playing a pickup round and carrying a camera with me, or maybe I'll comment on a current event that's going on with the disc golf, either professionally or, whatever. Maybe I'll review a disc or something. I don't know. Just sort of seeing how that will develop. But the one thing I'm going to do is avoid drama videos by and large, because I don't think that I want to be that type of a channel. Or if there is like some drama going on, maybe I'll try to diffuse it or something. But I really don't feel like producing that type of content. I'm just bored of it. So I'm an introvert, so I don't go out a lot to public events or big old parties or anything like that. So one of my outlets is making videos for YouTube. And if I limit myself to content that I've produced, for the last few years since I started this channel, actually started in 2007, but anyways, I won't be making content regularly. So I need to make content that I want to do. So that's going to change essentially the branding for this channel. And I don't want to just shift gears and not produce a video explaining why I'm shifting gears and what I'm doing. So that's essentially what this video, is for. I'm repurposing this channel as a personal channel, and I hope that my subscribers will understand that it obviously has nothing to do with them. If they're expecting content X from me and I'm producing content Y, I just want to explain why. I'm at a point where I may never return to this channel again unless I make content that I want to make, and it's just going to be different than what I've made in the past. Some of it's substantially different, such as disc golf content, or maybe even the occasional health or other video, but or some sort of vlog or something of that nature. But it's either that or I make no more content, and I want to make content because I enjoy making content. And maybe if I make less dramatic or whatever politically charged videos, YouTube won't strike it down or demonetize it or whatever. I'm already a demonetized channel, but if I get over 1,000 subs, which I'm at 800 plus, if I get over 1,000 and I get enough views, I can then apply for monetization again and start making money. Some of you that may have followed my channel may recall that I was demonetized because I was just under that 1,000 sub threshold, just under that however many hundreds of thousands of video views in a year threshold. I was just under both. So I immediately was demonetized, and that was it. And I was actually just close to earning another $100. I'll digress. So I want to state it this way. I don't know how often I'll be uploading videos, how frequently, what the regularity is going to be. But I do have a few videos planned, and they're going to be somewhat related to disc golf. So if you've never seen the sport before, you're kind of interested in it, that's kind of what I'm going to be focusing on. But I will be doing other content as well that relates to stuff that I've done in the past, such as, what is conservatism, or how does libertarianism differ with conservatism, or, things of that nature, or maybe go into more of my personal philosophy on life, etc., etc. And of course, I will be, if I get another phone or tablet or something, or Chromebook or whatever, I'll do videos for that. But just keep in mind, I will be producing a wider range of content based on things that I enjoy. And as an introvert, I just feel like I want to do this again. So I just want to mention that up. So with that said, I will be blogging or video blogging. So I want to show the 3 cameras right now that I have planned on using. So first and foremost is my little Samsung S8 active smartphone. It's got like a 5-inch display and change. It's not 1080p, like 1920 by 1080. It's like a little bit longer, like 2048, by 1080 or whatever. But it's decent. Produces 1080, 1920 by 1080. 30 frames per second footage, and it's pretty decent. Both cameras can do that. And I'm using an app called Open Camera that allows me to specifically fine-tune the bit rate. If it's going to be 8 megabits per second or whatever, I can focus on the quality of the content, and so that's kind of good. I really like that. Plus, I carry it everywhere. Got another camera you guys may recall from a few years ago, the HTC RE Camera. I did a video series on that, which you're welcome to check out. I unbox this and review it and use it as a vlog, and I found out this is a really good camera. It also will do 1920 by 1080 at 30 frames per second video pretty decently. It's a little bit more of a fisheye lens. It's roughly equivalent in video quality to like a HD, GoPro 3, not black, but the GoPro 3, that's the sensor size and stuff. And I've got 32 gigs of storage here. I've got 32 gigs of storage here, just a little bit less than that here. And then last but not least, I've got this Sony Handycam. Let me see if we can get that to show. Okay, Sony Handycam. It's like a HDX or HDR-CX330, something like that. I'll leave links to all this in the description. But this little camcorder produces 1080p or 1920 by 1080 at 60 frames a second. And this is actually the highest quality camera that I have. So I would be using this primarily, but as a backup I could use this, and as a further backup I can use this. But I plan on primarily focusing on this camera right here and recording like footage, like if I'm playing a game of disc golf, right? I would use that on a tripod and that would record that footage. But if I do any vlogging, say from hole 1 to hole 2, I may use this to record that, and then I would use like my UDisc app or whatever on that. So anyways, those are kind of the things that I'm looking at there. So vlogging, of course, I'll be using, and of course the webcam that I'm using here is a Logitech C930 webcam, C920, sorry, or 920C, whatever. Anyways, it's the most popular webcam ever produced, and it produces 1920 by 1080 at 30 frames a second content pretty decently. And of course, whenever I record audio and video here, I'll be using that as a camera, and the audio I'll be using is a blue Yeti microphone, USB mic. That's the Blackout version. So those are some of the tools that I'll be using going forward. So to wrap up, this channel will simply be called Nick Carroll, and I'll develop a better banner for it. You know, if you go visit my YouTube channel, I've already replaced it with you know, the old Liberty and Tech banner with the one that I used to use back before I switched to Liberty and Tech, so it's like the American flag. And I will produce a better banner over time for that and slightly adjust, you know, what this channel looks like. And I'll be deleting the old videos. The other thing I want to mention is I do have that a second YouTube channel that you're welcome to subscribe to called Nick Carroll Fitness, and I'll have the link to that one below. But that one is dedicated to whereas this one is dedicated to me personally, vlogging and such, maybe even ideology-based content or whatever, and disc golf and other things. The other channel, you know, I'll be focusing on things like nutrition, physical health, and wellness. Most of the content that I've put out there in the last 2-3 years since I've created that channel has been along the lines of like the carnivore diet, intermittent fasting, water fasting, you name it, things of that nature. But that is not my primary channel. This is still my primary channel where I'm going to focus most of my stuff. But I've carved out a niche on the other channel, Nick Carroll Fitness, specifically for diet and exercise, you know, whereas this one will be more personal. So those are some of the things I wanted to mention. Thank you very much for putting up with, you know, a 12-minute or in change video. It'll be longer than that by the time I'm done. And hope that, you know, you enjoy the content that I produce. It's going to be rough at first because it's been a while since I've produced video content, and it's going to be different in a lot of ways than what I've produced. But maybe it'll be interesting enough, and we're just going to see how things go. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.